Well, greetings and salutations, Series 7 test takers. This is the Series 7 guru coming to you from my studio in fabulous Las Vegas. The best free supplement to your paid study materials is my YouTube channel. But if you don't already have a Kaplan Q Bank, I highly recommend it as a paid supplement. With my Guru 10 discount code at checkout, you can get it for about $58.50, $60, I think, and then 10% discount. For that commercial, Kaplan allows me to give you a free look at questions. This is an explication request. We, until recently, were putting these requests on Reddit and Facebook, but I had a lot of folks tell me that they can't access both, test takers and their training departments, that their servers won't allow them to access Reddit and Facebook where I've been putting these videos. So I brought them back home to the channel. I'll be doing from the channel here on out. Anyways, this is a request for QID 1328497 Kaplan Q Bank. We help you with any question. Doesn't have to be Kaplan. It can be Past Perfect or STC or Knopfman is the same Kaplan Q Bank. But if it's Kaplan, you just can give me the QID, training consultants, whatever. But with Kaplan, it's easier because you don't have to cut and paste. You can just, send me the QID number and I can bring it up backstage. All right, so let's get this one going. A fundamental analyst is reviewing Jimco's financial statements. So the financial statements are typically a balance sheet, an income statement, a statement of cash flow that will be given to the market center, the SEC, and the shareholders, 3 10Qs and a 10K. So that's going there. The company has current ratio 4-to-1. So we took the current assets, we divide by the current liabilities, we get 4-to-1. Who knows if we need that or not? It has a price to earnings ratio of 12-to-1. So we take the price, we divide it by the earnings, we get 12-to-1. In theory, what that means, it would take me 12 years in earnings to get back what I just paid in price. We use that to compare companies and do, other kinds of fundamental analysis. 10 million and 5% debentures and net income after they paid the preferred. You should definitely know that preferred stockholders get their dividends before the common. If the current market price is 60 and the common company pays dividends at a rate of 75 cents, the dividend payout ratio is, well, looks like there's a lot of stuff we don't need here, and there's some stuff we do need. So let's go for the stuff we do need. To figure out the dividend payout ratio, I'm going to need to know the earnings, because, the dividend payout ratio is how much of the dividends are we paying out in terms of earnings. We associate a higher dividend payout ratio with a more mature, stable company. So we're going to need to know the dividend first. So let's start there. We have a 75-cent quarterly dividend. So in typical test fashion, we're going to have to turn that into the annual dividend. And so that's going to be $3. And let's put that in a different color. And let's give it a bigger font. Okay, so the next thing I've got to be able to do is figure out where the earnings are. So it looks like a lot of extra information here. I think I can actually figure this out by knowing that when I took the price and I divided it by the earnings, I got 12-to-1. So they tell me that the stock price is 60. So it's kind of like going back to high school algebra, right? I'm math challenged, so I'm traumatized. I got PTSD about math. But anyways, we know that if we take 60, so I'll just put this here. If we take 60, which is the price, and we divide that, let me just label that. And we divide that $60 price by the earnings, we get 12. So something divided by, we'll call that X. Remember that from grade school? Or maybe I'll stop being clever here. Maybe I'll put a question mark just to, no sense in traumatizing others, equals 12, right? So 60 divided by something equals 12. So I think that number 60 divided by something equals 12 is going to be 5. So we had to solve for the earnings. So the earnings per share here is, let's put that in green, is $5. So now I'm back in business. So now I have both the dividend and I have the earnings, right? And we associate dividends with mature, stable businesses, but here are my two numbers that I've now got. I've got my dividend, and I've got my earnings. So now I'm back in business. So we're going to take the 3, the dividend payout ratio. By the way, ratio always means division. So if you can't decide what to do, you should divide. I'd be doing you a favor to cover every key on your calculator except the divide key, right? So, if you can't remember what to divide, take the first number divided by the second number. A lot of work in this one. I don't think it'll be this involved on the test, but I would know dividend payout ratio, and I know dividends, what happens with dividends. Anyways, we're going to take the 3, which is our dividends. And we're going to divide that by our earnings. So we're going to take 3, and we're going to divide it by our earnings, which is 5 we determined. And we'll put that down here. And when I take 3, let me do it on my calculator. I take 3 divided by 5, and I get 0.60, which is 60%. So the dividend payout ratio here is 60%. Looks like I kind of jammed myself up with space here. Let me make some more space here. Whoop. Come on. I don't want to erase everything. There we go. So I get 0.60. Now what I would do, if you're not quite sure what to do when you get your calculator, right? So 0.6 is 0.60 or 60%. But you could just shop your answer set and pick whatever, approximates your LED display on your calculator. So what I would do at this point is shop my answer set and see if something approximates that, right? So that's what I'm doing. If I don't have something that approximates my LED display, then I kind of screwed up on the math. All right, so let's see if we roll forward what we would, if we have this as a choice for us. Yeah, there we go, 60%. Okay, so I hope you found that helpful. Let's just review real quick here before we call it a night. So here's what we did. Yeah, I'll just scroll this up a little bit. So we had here our stock. We had a 75-cent dividend, and we had to figure out that was $3. And once we got the $3, we figured out the PE ratio was 12 to 1. We had the stock of 60, so we just said, okay, we're going to take the 60, and 60 divided by something is 12, and we found out that was 5. And then we took the 3 and we divided by the 5, and that gave us our dividend payout ratio of 60%. As you can see, all kinds of information here that was not necessary to solving this question, right? This had nothing to do with it, right? That had nothing to do with it. This had nothing to do with it. So in typical test fashion, right? There's a lot of stuff there that had nothing to do with it. All right, so remember, inch by inch. Your Series 7 is a cent, yard by yard. Your Series 7 is hard. If you have any other requests, just send them my way, and I'm more than happy to explicate them and put them up on the channel for you.